north of the Broad. I'm Robyn Zimmerman, along with founding attorney for Stewart Law Offices, Brent Stewart.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you with us. And your offices are located where, Brent?
So we started off in Rock Hill. I'd been working for a law firm in Charleston, and then I went up to Rock Hill and started an office up there. I'd looked into kind of the demographics of where people were going, and Charlotte was growing fast, and so we started in Rock Hill. I had no intention of ever going any bigger than Rock Hill, but now with the trend of law firms getting bigger, we've put offices in a couple other locations, and we're staffed with attorneys in them.
And you were in Beaufort, you were in Ladies Island, but you have a new office where we are today.
I have always loved Beaufort, and we started out doing appointment only in Ladies Island, and then we located this piece of real estate and bought this building. And since then, we've had staff here. Our attorneys travel in, but we have staff here, and we are doing some remodeling, and then we're going to hit full on. Hopefully, if we ever get contractors in, it's a little bit slower than here in Beaufort than it is in Charlotte and Rock Hill, but it's been fun, and we love the place.
We're in the Lowcountry.
I am finding out. I'm finding that out.
Now, you are a personal injury attorney offices. So what does that exactly mean?
Well, personal injury can mean a lot of different things. There's a lot of different ways that people get hurt. But the bottom line is, just because you have an injury doesn't mean you have a case, all right? To have a personal injury case, somebody has to be responsible for your injury and done some kind of negligence in order for you to have a personal injury claim. Okay. At least to a third-party case, like an automobile case, a slip and fall case. Workers' comp is not based on fault. Workers' comp is totally different. If you're hurt on the job and you have what's called a work-related accident, then you have a claim whether or not your employer is negligent or not. And because of that, it kind of limits what your damages are. If you get injured in a negligence third-party action, you can get pain and suffering, punitive damages, and things that aren't directly tied to economic loss. Because they don't require negligence in a workers' comp case, they cut off your ability to get punitive damages. You're kind of stuck with what your wages would have been in your medical bills.
All right, well, let's, what type of insurance is important to have in order to protect your family?
Okay, well, that would be stuff more for the automobile and for your homeowner's insurance. Everybody always says that they have full coverage, and they call me up and they'll be like, well, I was in a wreck, it was my fault, and my insurance company won't pay me for my damages, but I have full coverage. And that's when I have to explain, full coverage only means you have $25,000 per person, $50 per accident for bodily injury damage, and $25 for your vehicle. So if you're at fault, none of that money goes to you whatsoever. All right, that just goes to fix the people that you ran into. The problems with those limits and why you need to talk to somebody up front is if you run into somebody with a brand new Mercedes and it's $50,000, your $25,000 of property damage won't cover that, so you won't have enough coverage. At that point, you need to have excess coverage or an umbrella policy, and so you need to have that up front.
So what does umbrella policy mean?
Well, an umbrella policy is something that comes in after your initial policy, whether it's your homeowners or whether it's your car policy. And so that comes in when you do something that creates a catastrophic event.
So it's important to have an umbrella, wouldn't you say?
I'd say it's important to have an umbrella depending on your assets, and that's a case-by-case basis. And I think when you are looking into those situations, you need to look now, not after the situation occurs, because then it's too late. So you need to talk to a personal injury attorney that has experience in knowing what kind of coverages you need, or go to your insurance agent, and they should tell you about MedPay and PIP, which are two coverages that if you get in a wreck will pay even if you're at fault.
So there's so many questions. It's very confusing, and that is why it's important to come to someone like you to kind of sift it through and drill down and help people understand what they have, what they don't have, what they need.
It's too late to fix anything as to your insurance coverage after the situation has taken place. At that point, it's just too late. So it's always a good idea to do it up front. I feel like really slack. I have two kids, and I keep saying I need to sit them down so that they kind of understand what kind of insurances they would need, because they're not far away from being on the road without being on my insurance. So it's something that I need to teach them as well.
So it's a personal thing, right?
It's totally.
And if you want more information about the Stewart Law Offices, you can
Give us a call at 866-STEWART. You can Alexa me, you can Siri me, you can Google me at 866-STEWART or Stewart Law Offices and ask for me. My name is Brent. I'll be glad to talk to you personally.
Great information. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Brent Stewart with Stewart Law Offices, and we'll be right back with more North of the Broad. Don't go away.